What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and it's the final round of ETC 2016 Athens. Alright, guys. It's been building up to this point. Now, if you guys haven't watched my other 5 games, spoiler alert, I lost all 5 of those games pretty bad. But America overall has been doing okay. We actually got, the first game we got a tie. The second and third game we lost big. The fourth and fifth game we won big. So this is the 6th game, and we're just hoping to, I mean, right now we're at a dead even. 2 wins, 2 losses, and a tie. We want a winning record. So we just want to finish strong on this one. So we're playing against Serbia. And Serbia is a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm making up shit. Anyways, we're playing against Serbia, and we're going over the list on Serbia. And Serbia actually had a bunch of armies that I thought I would do well against. One specifically that I wanted to fight was the Beast Herd army. It was a beautiful Beast Herd army. And the other one was Orcs and Goblins. Their Orc and Goblin player brought a giant unit of Black Orcs, and it was just something about his list. He was apparently like one of the best players in Serbia, period. And he ended up playing against Chris, I believe, and Chris beat him. So I ended up getting one of my other green matchups was actually the Dwarven Hole player. And the Dwarven Hole player, when I looked at it again, I was like, actually, I really don't want to fight that army. But at the same time, he has no cannons. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I mean, that's what I put as a green matchup. I got it. I'm not going to complain about it. It's actually an okay matchup. But I am expecting to see, you know, these dwarves just run up my face turn 1 because they have no shooting. They have very little shooting, actually, is what I should say. Anyways, so let's go over to the list and see what he has to the table. Now, let me find his name real quick. His name is Darko, the KG Kid. I am not going to butcher your last name, dude. I can't say that word. Stojanovic. Stojanovic. There you go. That's as close as I'm going to get, guys. Anyways, so he has a Dwarven Hold army. As you can see in this picture right here, these are his 2 main characters. One of them is a king on shield bearers. It's his general. He has rune armor, rune of steel, runic talisman, rune of shielding, rune of destruction, rune of smashing. This guy's 315 points. He's ridiculous, okay? Ridiculous. Alright, the other one's a Demon Seeker. He has Grim Resolve, Monster Seeker, Runic Paired Weapons, Rune of Might, and Rune of Quickening, and Rune of Precision. That guy is nuts. He gets too many attacks. He's just a pain in the ass. Over here he has, as you can see, this is just a giant clusterfuck of stuff on top of his, army box here. So I'm just going to go ahead and read over what he has. He does have, obviously, a Thane BSB. He has the Runic Standard of Dismay and Rune of Iron. He does have a Runic Smith that has Rune of Reckoning, Rune of Resilience, Arcane Ruins, Rune of Brilliance, Rune of Denial. He has another Runic Smith that has Battle Runes, Rune of Oaths, Rune of Resilience, whatever. He has a Dragon Seeker. That guy has MR1, Monster Seeker, and he has Rune of Fire on a paired weapon. He has 2 units of Clans Marksmen. Those guys, one of them has handguns, one of them has crossbows. He has 20 Greybeards with the Flaming Banner. When I saw this, I was just like, ugh, he has a Flaming Banner. Not only does he have a Flaming Banner, but he has a giant block of 15 Seekers. So it's like, man, I don't want to fight this with all my monsters. You know, he has Flaming Weapons and he has Monster Killers. But he has 20 Deep Watch, Standard of Swiftness. Now, the Deep Watch, I believe they get Bodyguard. They do get Bodyguard. And this is one of the units I was just kind of like, oh, man, I hate fighting dwarves with Bodyguard, with that guy on the on the throne or on the, you know, on the shield bearers who's going to have a 1-up armor, 4-up save, rerollable, whatever, you know. Anyways, he has the Greybeards, he has the Deep Watch, he has the Seekers, he has 2 Copters. One's a Flame Copter, one's a regular Copter, and then 1 Vengeance Seeker. Now, if you guys know what I have my 2 Gargantula Spiders, my 8 Trolls, my 2 units of Goblins with Madgets on each unit. I have 1 unit of Nasher Herds. I have 2 Wolf Riders for chaff. I have my big block of Orcs with Spears, and that is about it. I have the obviously my general and my BSB, and 2 shamans. One's an orc shaman, one's a goblin shaman. Now, like I said, I hate fighting these giant blocks of Deep Watch or Iron Guard or whatever they used to be called, with their character inside, because they don't ever break, they don't ever run, and then once you do, you waste so much effort into it, and it's such a pain in the ass. So my whole goal right now was to try to pick off his seekers who are naked. It'd be easy to do it with my strength 3 shooting, and try to kill the rest of his other units and just kind of leave that unit alone. Try to go for like an easy 12 up victory, 13, 14, 15 up victory. But at this point, I have no say. I have all losing scores all weekend long. It's just bearing down on me. Anyways, magic phase, I got Fix It Up, and I got Evil Eye, then I got Zap and Get 'em Lads. And then, as you can see, we lined up in the diagonal. He actually, I believe he dropped everything first, or I dropped everything first. I think I dropped everything first because he has a very close combat army, and I knew for a fact he was going to just drop everything. So I dropped my army off first, and I put I split up the spiders, I split up the wolf riders, I put my orc block in the middle, I put my trolls in the middle, and then I put my goblins. One unit of goblins was up close enough just to start shooting. The other goblins were sitting back watching my war machines, and then I put a chicken head all the way onto the far side over here. As you can see, he's deploying as well. He puts the Seekers on this side. Now, he does have Vanguards on everything, of course. He has the Seekers here. He has the Greybeards next to them, and then on the other side, he has the Deep Watch with his General. Is a really bad picture, but it's a good picture of Chicken Head, but it's a bad picture. He has his Marksman, one on the hill, one on the right side, and then he has his 2 copters kind of floating around somewhere, and as you can see, he's just kind of vanguarding up with what he has. It's going to go ahead and start off turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. So, I move my Nasher Dashes this way, and I kind of do it. I know he could see me with his Deep Watch, whatever you called him, but I was at the point where I was like, I don't really care if he goes for the Nashers, because if he goes for the Nashers, truthfully, he's going to turn, it's going to redirect or misdirect, and I could pincer him in with the A-Rock and my Orcs. And I also get a chance where I'll throw Fanatics at him, and if he wants to fight Nashers, the Nashers will actually do some damage before they die. So I wasn't too afraid of that, personally. So I move up my A-Rock this way, I move up my Goblins this way, and I'm just kind of like moving around. I decided to move my other Goblins, swift reform them, and try to fit them in the cracks so I could get use of both Fanatics, because the Fanatics been chilling back and not being used. It's been a waste of time. Anyways, Magic Phase got 8 power dice, and I go ahead, and the first thing I do is I think I did a Zap first, and he uses his Dispel Scroll right away. So I'm like, alright, cool. I use the Evil Eye, he stops it, I use Fix It Up, and it fails, or he stopped it, and that just sucks. Alright, over here, I'm going to shoot the Web Launcher from the Chicken Rock. Now, by the way, guys, last night I was painting up more to the Chicken Rock, and I'm looking at this picture like, man, there's so much more on the Chicken Rock right now. You know what? I'm going to give you guys a little spoiler. I'm going to go ahead and try to sneak a picture in here. It's on my phone. I sent it to my brother earlier today. I'm going to go ahead and send that to you guys and put that right here. Anyway, so you can see all the shit I've been adding onto the Chicken Rock. I'm still missing my mortar, though. I have a mortar I want to add on to this thing. But, anyways... Sorry, that's about it. So I go ahead and shoot the Chicken Rock this way, and I end up doing the Web Launcher on these guys. Now, one of my goals is to get rid of these fucking Vengeance Seekers, because obviously they're naked, they have a 6-up ward, but that's it. And I'm hitting them with the Web Launcher, so they're going to be webbed. They're going to go ahead and slow down their marching, so all this triple march shit on freaking Dwarves is going to be nerfed by the freaking Web Launchers. I hit this guy, I killed off one. I don't really about killing. I want to go ahead and just try to web them, slow them down their movement. Gonna go ahead and shoot this Web Launcher into them as well, because why not? And I end up killing off 3 more, so total of 4 from the Web Launchers. I'm gonna shoot these Rock Lobbers. I believe one of them misfires, the other one goes off and hits. I hit center mass because basically anyway the Rock Lobber would have gone, would probably hit something, but I hit a direct hit onto his Greybeards, and holy shit, I killed 7 Greybeards. He rolled the dice. I mean, I hit a direct hit, and I did a lot of fucking wounds. I think probably like close to 13 wounds, right? And he rolls the dice, and it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, whatever it was, and he was just like, oh shit. And, yeah, it just took out a good chunk of Greybeards on turn 1 there. I'm going to shoot these guys into his Deep Watch. I only kill off one of the Deep Watch, and that's it. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Turn 1, Dwarven holds, and here he goes. He charges. He took the bait. He's charging into the Nashers. I actually was hoping he didn't charge the Nashers, because the Nashers were just going to keep going up and mess with the freaking guns and stuff. But I was like, alright, fine. He's going to charge him. He's going to charge him. I was kind of hoping, I mean, like, I don't know. I could have angled it differently so he didn't charge in, but whatever. So he goes in, gets in like so. We're assuming they're going to go ahead and scrunch in. Now, he goes ahead and moves his steam copter this way. I believe he moves his little vengeance seeker this way as well. Now these guys, they're gunning it for my freaking trolls. I see them coming for my trolls, and I'm like, shit, this sucks. All right, Magic Phase. He got 10 power dice. He goes ahead and does Rune of Resilience onto his Greybeards. I let it go through. He goes ahead and he tries to do something else on. Oh, he tries to make his Deep Watch one harder to wound, and I Dispel Scroll that one. I could not risk this because I'm going to go fuck those guys up right now. And then he goes in and does Rune of Reckoning on these guys. Over here, shooting phase, he shoots at Chicken Head. Chicken Head just went straight for these freaking handgunners here. He does 1 wound onto Chicken Head, and then over here he shot at my Onion Knight, killed the Onion Knight. Over here, close combat, the Nashers ended up killing off one of the Deep Watch, and then he just goes ahead and just annihilates them. And he has to turn, but now he's like, oh shit. I have to face the A-Rock, and I believe he just stays. Does he stay forward? No, he gives me a. He turns like this. There he goes. Turns like this. I believe it's still a front to my A-Rock, and it's too far for the Orcs to go. So it's kind of suicidal if I just charge the A-Rock in alone, and that's kind of how it looks right now. And it's gonna go ahead and start off turn 2 Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2 Orcs and Goblins. Charge the Chicken Head in. Why not? Now this is a gut reaction. This is actually just. It's not a thought-out process. This is me doing this over and over and over and over again against dwarves, where I charge my solo character into a unit like this. Now, truthfully, I'm used to having Koopa, or I'm used to having Dread. Even when I have Chicken Head, fully armored up Chicken Head, he's fine. He'll probably destroy this whole unit. But this is not fully armored up Chicken Head. This is just chaff Chicken Head, and I don't expect him to do that well after looking at this again. Now this is interesting. I move up the Goblins. I figure I'm going to release the Fanatic in his face, right? I go ahead and I move the A-Rock around. I am not in a rush to go ahead and attack. I move the Chicken Rock back, like tuck them in behind the Orcs. Obviously I move the Orcs up, so I move the Chicken Rock back to tuck into this hole to shoot more rounds into his Seekers. He has way too many Seekers. I'm not going to live that. The Trolls were interestingly in a weird position. I was able to march them up right before the lake, and even though it looks like he could see my rear with those Seekers, he can't, because the way his trays are made, he should be a little bit more scrunched in, and just because he's a little bit more scrunched in, the line of sight arc is just out of the Trolls' range. So the Trolls were able to march up, get out of his line of sight, and yeah, that's kind of how it looks. Obviously Chicken Head got in. Magic Phase. I don't have any picture of the dice. I go ahead and I do Zap. He stops it. Shooting Phase. I'm going to shoot this web launcher into his Deep Watch. I get a hit. Don't do a single wound. But this is just awesome because now I'm expecting him. He's going to charge something. He has to. He's like in my face right now. Oh, I take it back. I ended up doing 1 wound. I actually think I shot him with the freaking short bows and got him with 1 wound on the short bows. And he's just like, ugh. His face when I start picking off all these guys with strength 3 shots was priceless. I go ahead and I throw the Fanatic through, and holy shit, the Fanatic hits the whole group, pops through. I rolled the dice to see how many attacks the Fanatic does, and BAM! 6 hits, 6 wounds. I was like, holy shit. Then I shoot him with the rest of the unit, of the Goblin unit, and I kill off a couple more. He's like, what the fuck? He was livid. He was just like, I can't believe strength 3 shooting just killed, look at this, 3, 6, 9 guys, 9 Deep Watch with strength 3 shooting. He was so like, what the fuck? Oh man, this web launcher shoots at those guys over there, but I end up hitting them actually. I think I do 4 wounds. Yeah, I do 4 wounds with the Chicken Rock, and that's about it. It's gonna go ahead and start off his turn 2. So, oh, we forgot the close combat here. Excuse me. Close combat. He challenges with his champ. I accept. Obviously, I kill the champ. We stick in combat. Nothing happens. I don't think I run. No, I don't run. Now it's turn 2. Turn 2, Dwarven holds. Turn 2, Dwarven holds. So here it goes. This was just fucking beautiful. I cannot even say it more than this. He charges into my goblins, and I go, flee. And my goblins book it. I mean, they book it like 10 or 11 inches. And he's like, shit. The only thing he could redirect into is my orc horde. And he's like, shit. And if he does, I'm going to be steadfast. Even if I lose, I'm going to be steadfast. He doesn't have enough attacks to kill off my orc horde, and my orc horde's going to do some damage back, right? But not only that, but now the Arok's looking at his flank, and he's just like, fuck. And he sees it. He sees it, and he's like, timeout. So he calls a timeout. He calls his coach over, and he's like, dude, this guy is going to 20-0 me with freaking strength 3 shooting. He goes, what do I do? And his coach says, just go all in, man. Do whatever you need to do. Go all in and try to beat him. He's like, do whatever you can for points. He's like, because right now, all our games are not looking good in points. My brother's walking by. He's my coach. And my brother walks by, and he's just like, holy crap, you fucked up that unit. And I was like, dude, goblins fucked up that unit. Those goblins really fucked up that unit. So he, as you can see, this is the goblins running through the DTs and all that crap. They lost a couple goblins to it, but they're still alive, obviously. So he goes ahead and he redirects into my orc horde. I was hoping he failed that redirect. That would have been awesome if he failed the redirect. I would have like double flanks. Oh, that would be ugly. So he goes ahead and he charges in, and he has to take DTs from the freaking web launcher, and he takes 4 more DTs. Oh, shit. Not only did he lose 4 guys, his general takes a wound too. Holy shit. Wow. These guys over here, they marched up. They lost somebody from a web launcher as well. And then we're going to go into... And he moves it where he pincers in my trolls. He has my trolls in the rear and the trolls in the front. Now, the thing is, we actually looked up the rules on the water. The water, I cannot claim ranks in the water. Vice versa, he can't claim ranks. So even if he charged in and I won, he would not be steadfast with his graybeards onto the trolls. Vice versa, if I go over there, he could claim steadfast for a couple rounds if I don't kill them all, which is possible, especially since he has flaming attacks, he has great weapons. I could do a couple damage with a little bit of wounds, I could puke, I could stomp, I could do whatever. But the truth is, as long as he had 5 guys, he's going to be steadfast, and that's going to be a pain in the ass, right? Because I don't have ranks. Magic phase, he got 4 power dice. He goes ahead and he does Rune of whatever this is here. Yeah, look at that. He has, let's see, looks like 15 to 19 guys. Maybe he just has 14 guys. Whatever. But even if I did 8 pukes and say 6 of them went through, yeah, he would have still been steadfast. Even if I stomp and kill some more, whatever. Anyways, puts up Rune of Oaths on these guys. Then he goes ahead and uses Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase, he shoots this Fanatic before it does more damage. Close combat over here. Close combat, I don't wound him. Or he doesn't wound me. I roll the dice and I roll a bunch of fucking 3s. Bunch of fucking 3s. I don't wound him. He has a banner. He wins by banner. I run and he chases and I get away. God damn it. Over here, his general challenges. Now this guy, oh my god, this guy. This is the first challenge he fucking does. His general is touching my general. Okay? So that sucks. He's gonna go ahead and swing. He obviously kills this guy with like a couple wounds, right? His guys go ahead and swing, and they fuck up my orcs. Look at this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 orcs they killed out of 40. Okay? I go back, and he did 3 wounds to the freaking champ. I go back, and I only kill 1 guy. My orc general is not in position to attack anybody, and I can't attack core with the general because it doesn't core to core. It only works where you could always attack core with core. Oh, that sucks. Now, this is something I learned after ETC. This is something that a lot of people were talking about on my Game 2 game against France, where they were talking about a legal reform of the chariots and all that. And one of my friends pointed this out in the rules, which is very interesting to me. I could have reformed my general away from his general. As long as the unit is touching the same unit. So this is something I could have reformed at the end of any turn. Okay? And I don't even know why I didn't I think it's because I thought my goblin had to be stuck to the character as well. But this is something that I could have done anytime. Obviously, I stick because I'm steadfast. He won combat pretty big, but I'm going to go ahead and make ranks like so, and just deal with it. Anyways, not only deal with it, I got the A-Rock coming into the flank. So it's going to be turn 3, Orcs and Goblins, and here she is, the A-Rock, the mother of dragons. She gets into the flank like so. Ah, man. Now, the bad news is the A-Rock is touching his general, and the general has that fucking rune that gives him like strength 10 if I'm T5 or above, and not only that, but he is also multi-wounds. Anyways, there is no magic that mattered, or I'm doing movement. I'm going to go ahead and the one guys don't rally, they run off the table. These guys end up moving up a little bit. I'm moving up a lot, actually. Excuse me. They move up right here. I do this because I was thinking about releasing the Fanatic, and then in the following turn get a flank charge if the A-Rock's not there anymore, stuff like that, right? And I moved the Chicken Rock back again because I want to still web launch those guys. But part of my thing is I'm moving the Chicken Rock in the wrong direction. I need to move the Chicken Rock around to help out the trolls, stuff like that. Anyways, Magic Phase got 9 power dice. I go ahead and I do Fix It Up, and I get double 6s. And he's like, go ahead. And it wasn't even that many dice. I think it was probably like 3 dice. I get double 6s. He's like, go ahead. I get a small blow up like this. My Shaman actually lives. Okay? And I think I do a wound onto his general. I kill 2 of my Orcs. Yeah, I think I did a wound to his general, and I killed off a goblin or so. I shoot the web launcher to these guys again. I think I kill maybe a guy or 2. I end up hitting my own damn trolls, doing a wound to them. What the fuck? Oh, man, straight through shooting is brutal right now. And then close combat, I release the Fanatic, and I decide I'm going to release the Fanatic into his gyrocopter. So I go ahead and I throw it through, and it only does 2 wounds. Alright, close combat, here it goes. His champ challenges. Now, my general is staring at his general. I'm afraid that he's going to hit my general, get a lucky wound in, and multiply it, do D3 wounds. That's my initial thought process. I wasn't even thinking about the A-Rock. I was thinking like, I got this combat. This guy's sweating balls. He's going to go ahead and challenge with his champ. I could get max wounds on his champ if I throw in my general. So I go ahead and I throw my general, and my general obviously kicks his ass, kills him, does like 3-4 wounds, right? So he goes ahead with his general, I go with my guys. My guys go and kill off one of the Iron Guard. They kill off one of the Thanes. They kill off another Iron Guard, or Deep Watch guys. And there's one Deep Watch guy remaining. And he goes ahead and he swings with his general. He hits the A-Rock, 3 wounds, and multi-wounds him, and just destroys the fucking A-Rock. Oh my god! Oh my god! So he did 7 wounds to the A-Rock. Okay, I don't think he wounded my Orcs. I think my Orcs actually won that one because he kept making them reroll 6s. But holy shit, he is gonna stay there. And not only that, he has one guy there who's keeping him stubborn, and he sticks on a stubborn roll, and that's that. Oh my god! Let's see. He did 7 wounds, and he has a BSB, so he has 8. That's all he has. Okay. I did at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. Yeah, I did 8 wounds and I got 3 ranks and a banner, and 2 banners. But he has the fucking one guy who lived. The one guy got like a 6-up ward save or something stupid like that. Oh my god! So we're stuck in combat still, and it's gonna start off his turn. Dwarven holds turn, whatever the turn this is. He's charging these guys into my rear. Now this is something I was thinking about. I was thinking about if he. Regardless of who he charges in, I'm going to be steadfast, and I'm going to do some damage back, right? So I stayed out of the water. I didn't charge the Greybeards when I could have charged the Greybeards, because I'll be steadfast against the Greybeards if they're in the water, and I'll be steadfast against these guys if they charge my rear, because they're skirmishers, right? He charges the gyrocopter into one of the war machines that broke, alright? And he charges this one into the flank here. I stick for all of them. He charges into Chicken Head here. I'm not too worried. Gets in here. He didn't charge the Longbeards in. I was hoping he charged the Longbeards in. He did not charge those guys in. And he realizes he knew if he charged them in, I would get a shit ton of wounds onto those Longbeards. And then this guy got in. Close combat over here. Or actually, well, when he charges in, he loses one guy due to the DTs. Alright. And then the trays are just funky because he didn't feel like moving everybody. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. He goes ahead and he starts beefing these guys up again. I don't know why he kept beefing these guys up, but he kept doing it. Whatever. Close combat over here. He ends up getting 1 wound off, and I fail that fucking chump armor save, and I die. What the fuck? Alright, over here. This guy right here. This fucking Dragon Seeker or Demon Seeker, whatever the fuck this guy is, did a ridiculous amount of wounds because he does double wounds against monstrous whatevers. And he kills off 3 fucking trolls. 3 trolls. What the? He's hitting on 2s. He's wounding on 2s or some shit like that. Oh my god. And I did not regen enough. He kills off 3 of them. Then the other guy goes, and the other guy got flaming weapons. What the fuck? God damn it. I go ahead and I decide I'm going to puke back because I think pukes were better in my favor. And I end up killing off 2 guys and doing 1 wound onto his fucking dude there. I steadfast, I turn around. This is all he has left. It's like 4 Seekers and 1 wound onto the flaming dude. But the other guy's the pain in the ass. This guy over here goes ahead and attacks. Actually, my freaking War Machine did 1 wound to his guy. I think he still wins combat. No, we stuck there that round. And over here, he challenges with his general again. I give him my Shaman. I give him Kieran the Coyote, because Kieran the Coyote hasn't done a goddamn thing this whole game. He goes ahead and he kills him. He does max wounds, 5 wounds onto Kieran. I go back and I finish off the last fucking Deep Watch guy. I do like a single wound onto his like BSB. Okay, I'm winning combat. He is down by 2, 3. I don't know. Let's see. I got 3 ranks, 2 banners, and 2 wounds. He did 5 wounds, and he still has a BSB. He's down by 1, and he sticks. Of course, he's gonna stick, and we're just stuck in combat again. All right. So this is how it looks. Go start off Orcs and Goblins turn. Whatever. I decide I'm gonna move the Chicken Rock. I believe this is the turn I do this. Yes. You don't see it in this picture, but I decide I'm going to move the Chicken Rock to help out the right side. Okay? I was originally moving the Chicken Rock this way to help out my Goblins that are stuck in combat with that fucking helicopter. They reformed to face that way. And there was like nowhere for my Chicken Rock to go. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and try to squeeze them in through the Orcs and the Trolls. The Trolls should hold steadfast for another round. We'll see how that goes, right? Magic Phase got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I do Zap. Kill off 1 guy. No, I don't even do Zap. I don't know what the fuck happened here. Somebody died over here. I don't know how they died. Might have been a web launcher or a rock lobber. Whatever. Might have been a rock lobber. Okay. Over here, I win combat against the fucking gyrocopter, right? Now, this is a stupid move by me. I go ahead and I'm like, I'm chase after and I'll pursue. And then after I said it, I was like, fuck, these guys should have just let the fucking gyrocopter run, turn around and face the flank of his general and the fucking other guys. But I didn't. I was just like, fuck! And at this point, I'm not gonna lie, at this point, this is the 6th game, or the 8th game I played in Athens. And at this point, I'm like, I lost them all already. I mean, like, I've lost all of them, so I just, at this point, 0 fucks are given right now. I'm just like, I can't believe I made that fucking mistake. I let these guys chase the goddamn gyrocopter. Over here, close combat, he goes and rips apart my trolls. They will not be steadfast. He fucking tears them up. I failed too many regen saves. He's getting double wounds. He kills off enough trolls for me to only have 2 remaining, or 1 remaining, excuse me. And I try to kill at least the 1 flaming guy. I try to kill at least him, but I don't do it, and he wins. I'm gonna run. He doesn't care. He's gonna just stare at me, and he ends up turning all his dwarves this way to face my Chicken Rock. That sucks. And I have to use the Chicken Rock to protect my flank now. Over here, close combat, he challenges again, and at this point, I'm like, yeah, I could give him my Goblin Shaman. He'll get a max wounds again, 5 wounds. But the problem here is I'm like, I'm not winning. I am not winning this combat. He's going to stick every fucking round of combat. I could give him my Goblin Shaman. I could give him my BSB. If I decline it, my Orc Shaman, or my Orc General is not even doing attacks because I'm stuck in combat with a fucking empty slot. So I decide, fuck it. I'll give him my Orc General. He's the only one who has a chance of living. My BSB would die a horrible death because the guy will be strength 10 multi-wounds. My Goblin Shaman will die because he's a fucking Goblin Shaman. Let's just be honest, okay? My Champ and Kieran are already dead, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just take it. Let's just fucking have Bebop or Rocksteady take the fucking hit. He goes ahead. He swings. He hits. He does like 3 wounds. Okay? I ward save 2 of those wounds. He goes, alright, it's time to multi-wound. He rolls it and he fucking gets a 3. God damn it! And at this point, he's like, yes! Like seriously, like a freaking, like one of those tennis players or a golf player who just hit a fucking hole-in-one. And you're just like, yes! You know? He did the fist pump and everything. And I was just like, son of a bitch, man. Son of a fucking bitch. This guy is destroying me. I win combat. I did a wound to him. I win combat, okay? He only did 3 wounds, and that was it. 3 wounds, and he has a BSB, so he has 4. I still have 3 ranks, 2 banners, and I did a wound. I don't think I did a wound to his BSB because his BSB is still alive. So I'm up by 1 or 2, and he fucking sticks. So frustrating. My brother walks by now and he's just like, come on, man, you had him. I was like, I know I had him. I know I had him exactly where I wanted him, and they couldn't fucking follow through. Over here, this thing finally destroys my freaking war machine. He'll overrun toward or go towards my other one, and it's going to start off turn 4, Dwarven holds. Here it goes. He's charging. My troll pops out this way. He's charging my chicken rock here with his guys. I can't do shit about it, and he's gonna get in. Magic Phase gets 9 power dice. He keeps on buffing these guys over here. I don't know what he's doing. I think these guys are shooting at my goblins. He kills off 3 goblins. Didn't really matter. He's gonna go ahead and attack here. His fucking Demon Seeker annihilates the chicken rock, like annihilates it. Alright, and he's gonna try to overrun. He fails the overrun into my other unit. Over here, he challenges again. I give him my freaking Goblin Shaman because at this point, my BSB is my most important character. Right now, my BSB is my only chance of re-rolling whatever, you know? So he does 4 wounds onto the Goblin Shaman. He comes and basically he sticks in combat again. 3 ranks, 2 banners. I can't do any wounds. He did like 4 wounds to my freaking thing. I think he won. Shit. And he's going to stick again. And I am just SOL right now. I am SO fucking L. And it's gonna go ahead and start off turn 5. Orcs and Dwarven holds. Dwarven holds turn 5. He's charging in the fucking Vengeance Seeker. He's charging in all the Seekers. The Demon Seeker, the Dragon Seeker, the Devil Seeker. I don't know. All the fucking Seekers. All the Seekers are coming in. Gets in. Close combat. It looks like this. Boom! He takes out. He just did so many fucking wounds to those Orcs. And the Orcs couldn't do a goddamn thing. He breaks my unit and he chases me down, and that was it. That's the end of the fucking game, guys. Oh my god! I have no words. I mean, like, that was pathetic. I should have fucking he knew I had a 20-0 on him. I knew I had a 20-0 on him. And this has been my whole ETC experience, is having 20-0s on motherfuckers and losing it, and just fucking losing it. Now, I'm going to say this right now. And there's a certain somebody who keeps on disagreeing with me on this. Koopa would have changed this game entirely, and I'll explain to you why. That fucking general is strength 10 against T5 and higher, but Koopa is T4. I could have fucking had Koopa come in and help out on that unit. I was stuck in combat for like 3 turns or 4 turns. That unit should have been gone. But the problem is I kept on winning combat by 1 or 2 victory or combat res. 1 or 2 only. I'm not doing enough combat res. And if I would have just charged Koopa and his fucking punk general would not be strength 10. He would have been like strength 4 or strength 5 or whatever it is, right? Strength 5 I think it is. And Koopa would have had his good armor, his good regen, and been able to attack back. Especially my new and improved Koopa. My new and improved Koopa has Obsidian Blade, so he just goes through armor saves like, fuck your armor saves. It's so fucking frustrating, man. So frustrating. Now this guy that I played against, he is a great guy. I mean, he didn't look that friendly when I first met him, but he was an awesome guy. He ended up giving me I'm looking for something really quick. Nope. Darko. He ended up giving me a what are they called? Uh-oh, did I close this? No, it's still going. Okay. He ended up giving me a line of sight arc from Serbia, and it has like Team Serbia on the fucking on the line of sight arc, which is awesome. And he gave me 2 of them actually, because there was another one laying on the table, and he was like, "Take it." And I was like, "All right, cool." So that was awesome. He's a great opponent. He was like, "Man, you had me in the beginning." I was like, I know I had you in the beginning." And he was like, I had to call and he told me he had to call his coach over, and he told him, "I'm sorry, this guy's gonna 20-0 me." And I was like, I had it as a green matchup because I saw no cannons. I gave up my chicken rock like an idiot. I didn't use my chaff properly to stop his seekers. I needed to stop his seekers. I didn't know his demon seeker was that fucking powerful. The demon seeker basically won him the game, besides his general not fucking taking a single fucking damage. I think if I did know about the reforming now, it wouldn't happen like this. I would have been able to reform my general to kill off his BSB or kill off whoever else, and I would constantly keep attacking his general with random dudes instead of or have my general sit back and have my random dudes attack his general, but whatever. It didn't really matter. I fucked up with the goblins. Goblins could have helped in the flank, and that would have been a big flank, extra ranks or whatever, you know what I mean? Charge and a big flank. That would have been an extra 3 combat res, and that would have made a big difference. There was some of them that he barely passed the exact number he needed to. But God damn it! I mean, this game I made a shit ton of mistakes, but at the same time, it was at a point in my mentality where I'm just like, dude, I've already lost them all. These guys don't expect anything from me, and I'm trying. America actually won this round against Serbia, so we have a winning record. We didn't get that high up on the polls, though. We're like at number 16 out of 24. So, way to go, guys. I actually got to give Chris, Zach, Colin, and Ciaran a bunch of credit. I got to give Jeremy a bunch of credit because they really made sure we didn't lose. Those guys all pulled in big points when needed big points. I think Mike Hernandez and Len did okay in this round. I don't have the numbers with me to double check, to be honest. Ah, man, this is brutal. This is heartbreaking to me, guys. Oh God, is it heartbreaking? Anyways, let's see what's going on here. Alright, so let's go over. It's the end of the tournament, guys. It's the last round. I had a fucking great time. I had probably one of the funnest tournament experiences I've ever had, which is pretty rare for me to say because there's a lot of tournaments that it's really fun to go to in the States. I mean, like, I'm looking forward to WCW again this year. WCW was so fun last year, and I'm just looking forward to it. But at the same time, ETC is like on a whole different level. Just a whole different level. You're meeting a lot of people from different countries that have different ideas and different playstyles, and you start hearing all this stuff. It's ridiculous. I came back and I had probably 30 or 40 or 50 Facebook friend requests, and I was just like, wow, that's a lot of fucking people all around the globe. And that's just an awesome experience. That's something that I will never trade again, and I will always remember my experience here at ETC. And if you guys want to see my true enthusiasm, you can watch my videos, my interview videos, and you could see that was me being me out there and then just enjoying myself. And those were all the guys that I was meeting that were just enjoying themselves, and it was just awesome. For points, all right. Well, first off, you guys who've been following all my ETC videos, I've been putting somebody famous from each country up at the end of every video. But this one, I got to give it to my baby right here, Mila Djokovic. She's Serbian, and oh my God, she's hot. Anyways, let's go over how my armies have been, or how my units have been performing in this tournament. All right, so taking the last place spot, the exact bottom last place spot is Kieran the Coyote. Kieran the Coyote racked up a total of 0 points. Okay, so out of 10 units, Kieran is exactly number 10, and the only thing Kieran actually did was make sure people dispel his spells. Because I get the Foot of Gork, I'll get Zap, or I'll get the reroll hit, and people get so scared of it, they're like, oh shit, I gotta stop that spell. It really kind of, right now, I do love the model, and I do love playing with Orcs magic spells, and I do like the Foot of Gork. The Foot of Gork is a little bit touchy because it drifts, and that bugs me. But the one thing that bothers me the most about Orc spells, and this is probably the reason why Kieran has a big fat 0, is they cost too much. They cost way too much, and because they cost too much, you're saving a lot of dice for them, and those are the big dice spells that people want to stop. Alright, let's see. Second to last goes to Chicken Head, which is actually pretty interesting because Chicken Head got 169 points, whereas the Onion Knight got 0. So that's pretty interesting that Chicken Head got 169 points. I didn't expect him to even do that much, but I'm surprised he did. He's not a bad character with just a 2-up armor and a great weapon, but he could be a better character, as we've seen in the past, with the proper loadout. And this wasn't the loadout for Chicken Head. Taking in number 8 is Baxter, and actually Baxter should be higher on this list because his fucking hexes have caused games to swing or help me out in big ways. Baxter is my favorite shaman right now, or Joe if you want to call him, Goblin Joe Baxter. He is my favorite shaman, and he has potential for doing greater things. And in my new list that I'm making right now for Michigan, I'm doing double Goblin Shaman because the Goblin spells are so fun to use, and they really mess with people, and they're so low cost. Alright, number 7 is going to the Nasher Dashers. The Nasher Dashers pulled in 282 points total. Only 15 points this round, but 282 total. They're annoying. I like them a lot. My current list doesn't have them, but I wish if I could find the points, I will add them right back in. I'll probably mess around with it later while I'm on the toilet or something looking at Battle Scribe. I'm just saying. Anyways, 6th place is going to the Chicken Rock, and that's pretty low for the Chicken Rock. For some reason whatsoever, I think, you know what I think it is? I think that people see the Chicken Rock and they're more intimidated of the Chicken Rock than the A-Rock, because the Chicken Rock is bigger and colorful and prettier, and it's the better paint syndrome, or the you know what I mean, like you ignore stuff that's not painted, and the one thing that is painted, you're like, oh shit, I gotta kill that. So Chicken Rock took 6th place. Now we're going to get into a little bit higher numbers. 5th place is the Goblins. Now the Goblins, the Cave Goblins, they actually surprised me how useful and resourceful they are. I like having I like my crossbow orcs. I love my crossbow orcs. The Goblins had some utilization that the crossbow orcs did not have. The number one thing they had was they were able to protect the war machine, and people were more afraid of releasing my fanatics when I wanted to than anything else. So that was really interesting to watch how people react. I hated the range. The 18-inch range was garbage. I hated that they couldn't hit anything for the fucking for the life of them, and I hated that in game 1 they lost me the game. They lost me the game, those damn Goblins. And if I had the crossbow orcs would have done so much better with that. But at the same time, other games, I think that the Goblins perform better than the crossbow orcs. So it's really a toss-up. I think both units are good units. I think they both have different purposes. Alright, let's see. That was number 5. Number 4. We're getting to the top guys here. Number 4 is the Cave Trolls, and that is actually disappointing to me. The Cave Trolls got a total of 903 points. 903 points. Okay? But they were probably the most expensive thing I had on the table besides the orc block. If I lost them, I basically lost the game, which I lost every game, and I pretty much lost them in every game. So it was pretty devastating to put that many points into them to see the output not as well paid off. The thing is, they did what they were supposed to do. They took some nasty charges and would just regen half of it. They took some nasty spells and just kind of shrugged it off like whatever. They they got hit by chariots, they got hit by characters, they got hit by everything, and a lot of times they just shrugged it off. So them only getting 903 points was kind of depressing, but at the same time, they're a tank unit, and I think that they showed that they're a good tank unit. Alright, number 3 is going to the Rock Lobbers, and I'm actually surprised the Rock Lobbers are that high up, but I did put a lot of points into them, and they did pay off pretty well. 1,129 points total, and they were pretty consistent. I'm looking at all the games right now. Against Austria, they took 240, France 150, England 150, Latvia 240, Netherlands 160, Serbia 170. So they did a consistent amount of damage through every game, every round. I can't really complain. They did a good job, you know. So there were some rounds that somebody ward saved or lucky saved. And there were some rounds that they didn't really do much, but they've been pretty consistent. Okay, number 2, and this is going to be honestly not only number 2, but the tournament MVP. I'm just saying it right now. Well, actually, I'll switch it around. I'll give you number 1. Number 1 in points was the Orc Horde. Bebop, Rocksteady, and the Foot Clan. They actually got 1385 in points. They probably would have took more if they didn't fucking run around like little pussies in a couple games. They didn't take shit against Austria, but we ran out of turns on turn 5 in Austria before they got to move in. And then against France, they would have took a hell of a lot more if they would have just stuck there for one round. But because they did not, they are only at 1385 points. Now, they didn't lose every game. I kept them against Austria. I kept them against England. I believe I kept them against, they kept them against Latvia, and then I lost them everywhere else. So they, out of 6 games, they survived 3, and they actually were point denial on 3 games. And those point denial games, they actually kept me points on for our team. So the Orc block did a really good job. I'm still like up in the air. One of the things that Chris has mentioned, and I'm gonna agree with Chris 100% on, is I should have took the Banner of Discipline. The Banner of Discipline would have been able to help out my Orcs in a few tough spots, and it cost me the game on a couple games. The number 1 spot, or the number 2 spot, but my tournament MVP goes to the fucking A-Rock. The fucking tournament fucking monster, man. This bitch is insane. And she got 1,265 points. Alright? She lived against Austria. She died in France. She died in England. Hell, she lived in Latvia, and she got 600 points in Latvia, killing the 3 monsters, and that's the picture you see here. Against Netherlands, she died, but she tried to kill off a rear charge against a Kadim, and then in Serbia, she died against the general. But it doesn't matter. She fucking racked up 1,265 points. She barely got like 80 points less than the Orc Horde, and she cost about a quarter of the price of that whole Orc Horde block. She is by far the mother of dragons, the tournament MVP, and she has basically proved her spot in Greece. Guys, I hope you enjoy these videos. I enjoy making them. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. And guys, I have much more to say, but I probably have to get going to my workout already. So I wanted to leave you guys here. I hope you enjoy. Here's another picture of Mila. But guys, I hope you enjoyed everything I put up. I really had a great time out in ETC in Athens. It was such a great time, and I'm looking forward to next year in Spain. Hopefully I could go. I am not 100% sure I'm on Team America, but I did get some offers to go to other teams. So, either way, I hope I could represent my country, but if not, I'll find a way out to go to Spain, guys. And anyways, I will see you guys then. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and just reboot my whole list. I'm gonna try some fun different things out, just to give you guys an idea. I'm trying a whole close combat army list. No rock lobbers, no doom divers, no crossborks, and you guys got to tell me how I do with it and critique it. But I have a couple games that are coming up, some wins, some losses, but you'll see it. Alright guys, besides that, I hope I had more to say, but I don't know what to say anymore. I gotta get going. I'm at work, and guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care and peace, and thanks so much for watching all these videos. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. Alright. Later, guys.